Blog Talk Radio.
Well, good morning, you guys, and welcome to Hump Day. Today it is Hump Day, smack dab in the middle of the week, Hump Day. If you have a chance to get to the zoo today, make sure that you give special recognition to the camel that is in the zoo. Give him a pet if you can, because it is Hump Day here on Traffic Report, coming to you live on RadioLeverage.com, the internet home, the internet radio home of the Traffic Authority. My name is Joe. I want to give a hearty welcome to the brand new people who are joining us today for the very first time. and let me put this into your noodle. I want to drop something into your brain. And maybe we'll give away some. I don't know. I don't want to distract you guys, but let me just say this. Today is the birthday of none other than Bill Gates. And this morning, as I was sitting here going through my morning routine, and I came across this Bill Gates, it's his birthday today, information, I started looking at some of his quotes and some of the things that he's responsible for and the vision that he carried at the very beginning. If you've ever done the research on Bill Gates, you know he's a dropout. He dropped out of school. I think he was going to Harvard, but nonetheless, he dropped out. You know, he decided that he was going to follow his passion and go where, you know, his vision and his passion and his heart took him. And everyone knows who Bill Gates is, the wealthiest guy in the world. Microsoft. The guy was a visionary. He really was a pioneer. If you go back to the very beginning, when he started selling software, I mean, he was actually selling products that he didn't even own yet. He hadn't even secured the deal, I think, with IBM, and he was already bringing it to the market. So I'm going to be talking about Bill Gates this morning and some of the things that he said and what we can take from his little things that he says. Not little things, they're significant. And the reason I want to bring this to your attention right now, right out of the gate, especially for the brand new people who are joining us this morning for the very first time, I want to welcome you to RadioLeverage.com. This is called Traffic Report. Pretty cool, huh? Traffic Report. This is where every single morning you can come and just check in and hear from the community and share your enthusiasm and ask a question. And sometimes we have a direct line into the support desk down there in Tallahassee. You give yourself some points. I've got a special announcement. Stick around for that in a moment about the contest. You get yourself some points. If you're listening right now, go ahead. Give yourself 3 points. Go ahead. Give yourself 3 points. And if you did your work, if you went through the daily marketing plan already, give yourself 3 more points. And then, at the conclusion of today's radio show, if you go and post on Facebook, give yourself 5 points. And if you really feel the passion, if you really feel motivated, then shoot a quick video testimonial and post that and give yourself 20 points. How cool. But back to this Bill Gates thing, okay? Here's what Bill Gates said, and this is why this is so cool. You know, the space that we live in, we have this opportunity to connect every day. As I was thinking about Bill Gates this morning, I took notice of what I was doing. I was sitting in front of my computer, and I was posting stuff on Facebook for the community. And right away, people are connecting with me. There are other people out there in their homes in other parts of the world who are connecting with me in the nanosecond on Facebook. I'm like, this is actually a pretty cool thing, right? And then I'm like, well, I think I want to listen to some music. And I was going to take my little handheld device. I will confess, all of you Apple people can forgive me. I do have one of these LG little handheld devices, and it was given to me for free by AT&T. They were trying to divert me when I was upgrading a cell phone for one of my daughters. And so I have my handheld device here, and I have it opened up to something I was going to share with you this morning about time management. So I said, well, and normally I like to stream music via Bluetooth from my handheld device into my little speaker. Remember yesterday it was out of gas, it was running out of batteries, and I had you guys hear the thing was speaking to me like really eerie. Like suddenly I'm sitting here across the room, there's a speaker talking to me. Well, this morning I realized that I don't want to mess with my handheld device because there's some stuff in here I want to share with the ninjas. And then I realized all I have to do is pick up my cell phone and authorize my cell phone to connect wirelessly to my Bluetooth. And then I clicked on Calm Radio and I started streaming across the internet music coming into my cell phone, which was then streaming across the room into my Bluetooth speaker. I'm like, what a world we live in. How connected? Could it be more convenient? You know? It really is cool. And then I started doing more research on Bill Gates, and here's one of the things he said. And this is where, if you're listening to me for the very first time, pay attention, because eventually all these dots will fall together and it will make sense. Bill Gates says this: the internet is becoming the town square for the global village of tomorrow. Thank you for that, Bill Gates. Because what I say here about radio leverage and what I say here about our traffic report every single day is this is the virtual water cooler. Every single one of us, thousands of us, 20,000 of us on Facebook right now in the Traffic Authority, all over the world. I haven't counted today, but yesterday we had 27 countries all around planet Earth checking in with us via Facebook, via our email campaigns, via the radio show. It's like, isn't this really, really cool that we have got 20,000 people on Facebook currently representing, 21, 25, 27 countries. Can't even remember what the number is. Every single one of us in business for ourselves. Every single one of us a ninja, having an opportunity to build and develop an internet business with some of the best trainers, and we have more coming, just to support us in our efforts. Every single one of us are an independent business owner. We're out there working for ourselves. However, we're not alone. We're in this together, okay? That's why we do this radio show, okay? To demonstrate that, yes, you may be working for yourself, but you're never alone. You're not by yourself. So make sure that you check in here every single day, because what's about to happen, if you're brand spanking new, I promise you that in about 10 minutes from now, your mind will be very blown. You're going to be very, very impressed when you hear the quality of the conversations and the level of commitment and the results people are having. I call that a clue. Thank you, Bill Gates. Thank you for having the courage to drop out of Harvard. A couple of the things he said, and this is interesting, this is kind of like, we have a meeting today. I'll be sitting in at the big boy table today. I'm invited to the big boy table, like the geniuses behind the scenes who work to bring this thing to life and keep it moving and keep it growing and keep it stable with a vision for, 10,000, 30,000, 50,000 members every single month. Do we have the servers? Do we have the capacity? Do we have all of the filtering mechanisms that are in there to protect the community? All of this discussion, right? And it's interesting because here's something Bill Gates said, and this is kind of like where the conversation goes, and I want you to consider this. I want you to consider this when building your own business and building your own brand. Here's what it says. Bill Gates said, your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. He says we all need people who will give us feedback. That is how we improve. That is Bill Gates. And here's one of my favorite. Here's what he says. It's fine to celebrate success, but it's more important to heed the lessons of failure. And I'll leave you with this one. And I'm going to close the book on the Bill Gates quotes. And this again is one of my favorites. And this is coming from the guy who is the wealthiest man in the world. He and his wife Melinda, they have their Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They have single-handedly. I'm not sure if this is. I read this. And maybe you can correct me when we open it up here in a moment and we hear feedback. I'm pretty sure that he and his foundation, they have billions of, if you can imagine billions of dollars, he couldn't spend it all. And I know that he is doing his best to give it away in the right places in the world. I know that about him. And here, I think they've eradicated polio in some of the far regions of the world. He and Melinda Gates. I mean, they've done remarkable things with their resources and with their money, right? I mean, really cool stuff. And here's the richest man in the world. The guy who is the inventor of much of this stuff, or a pioneer, right? There's beautiful, brilliant brains out there, but when I talked this morning about connecting on Facebook and how my cell phone communicates with my speaker across the room, and then my cell phone is connected to something called Calm Radio somewhere in the world, and it's streaming music for me. You know, there were many minds, many people, but there had to be a first guy. There had to be somebody who set the pace, and that is Bill Gates. He and Steve Jobs, remember? They were actually jostling for position. But the wealthiest guy in the world, the guy who has more influence, I would say, than anybody else, here's what he says. I love this. You want to talk about humility? Bill Gates says, success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose. Thank you, Bill Gates. Love this guy, man. I actually, you know, I could never figure out Bill Gates over the years, and everybody hated Bill Gates, and they attacked Microsoft, and then the Congress tried to take him down, antitrust suits, and he was just like some geeky kid with glasses who had the nuts, he had the balls to walk away from Harvard and, again, start a business in his garage, and today he's the wealthiest guy in the world. You got to love that. All right. Again, I'm going to give you guys about 10 more minutes of just general conversation here. Then we're going to open it up. If you want to get in the queue, there's a handful of you guys already who have pressed 1 on the keypad of your phone. If you want to make a contribution, make a statement, all you got to do is press 1 on the keypad of your phone. You know how that works. So here's a special announcement. The contest, last night I said last night that the contest runs through Wednesday. The contest runs through midnight on Saturday. It's the Halloween contest. The contest closes on Halloween at midnight, which is this Saturday. So today's hump day. We got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We got 4 more full days of going out there and accruing points and getting in for the drawing. Because what will happen, there will be another weekly drawing and there will be a grand prize drawing, right? That's going to be happening. That's going to be happening next week, earlier in the week. But the contest does run right up until midnight on Saturday. I think I said last night on the webinar that we had until Wednesday. I made a mistake. Shame on me. I made a mistake in my enthusiasm. See, I thought I was doing a good job. I gave you guys wrong information. I gave you the wrong date. Woe is me. So the good news is you have until Saturday at midnight to actually get this thing done. Let's do it together. Let's go out there. And I mentioned this over the course of the last couple of weeks, and I mentioned it, I think, on the webinar last night. You're really doing a great service for every single person that you are affiliated with. Everybody. The thousands of people here in 21 countries are benefiting from you. Be the leader. Go out there and post your story, post your enthusiasm, tell the world what is going on with you. If you take a look, this morning I got up and I looked at the chain of responses and the thumbs up and all the positive feedback just from last night's webinar. And if you go a little bit further down the page, Adam Whiting introduces a string where you actually post your videos. I was blown away, man. How about this? Here's leadership, okay? Here's leadership. Ree Sutton. This came in this morning at 10:06 a.m. She says this, quote, yesterday I created a video for my leads as an introduction. I connected with over 200 leads. This morning, I checked my opt-in response, and it is now over 33%. 33% on 200. That's 66 people. And then she goes on to say that Diamond Dave's bridge and intro is phenomenal. Thank you very much for helping us. Ree, I say thank you very much for helping us, because that post right there just inspired someone who's considering this, Traffic Authority, considering this as their option, considering that this is an alternative. Because of what you said, Ree, someone is going to say, yes, I'm in, and probably someone that you've yet to meet is going to benefit, is actually going to be making the money and having the enrollment because you're out there as a leader posting and spending some good news. How about this? Sabrina, she was on the radio show a couple days ago. She's a winner. She's only been here for a couple of weeks. Sabrina says 89 leads in a little more than a week. Several leads reaching out to me. Sales surely follows. This system rocks. This came in at 12:55 a.m. Okay? Sandra Rodriguez in the middle of the night posts. Leads are coming in. Had a conversation with one of my leads this afternoon. Looking forward to a sale very soon. This is exciting. Roger Holman says tracking leads. This is great. Paul Hood says one word, boom shakalaka. Although I'm not sure if that's one word. I think it might be boom shakalaka. Could it be 5 words? But I get the vibe, man. Boom shakalaka. So I want to thank all of you guys because you got some points, but you're actively involved in our community, and that's what this is, right? That's what this is. If you're listening right now, Beverly, I know that you're on the radio show. This just came in from Carl. The 3 videos in the Traffic Academy certification training that were not working have been fixed. How a sales funnel works, maximizing your leads, recommended traffic sources. Those videos, which were for whatever reason they were on hiatus, are now fixed and running. See that? See what happens when you show up here? You get the information right off the press. So, here's a couple things, right? These people who are posting on Facebook are demonstrating leadership. Period, end of story. They're leading the way for tens of thousands of people who are out here listening and following. Additionally, they received points. Okay? They received points because they posted on Facebook. And the next thing they did was they overcame some kind of a fear. Okay, I know every single one of you who is listening right now has got itchy fingers. Yeah, I want to post on Facebook. I want to be recognized. I want to get my name announced on the radio. I want to be one of the leaders. I want to be walking across that stage next winter when we're actually doing our first ever major live event in a Midwestern city, and everybody who's anybody, all the leaders, all the founders, all the technicians are sitting in the room. I want to be one of those people who are going across the stage, being recognized and thanked for my leadership. I know many of you right now have that thought in your head. I know that you do. And I know you have itchy fingers. You want to go out there, you want to shoot a video. You want to go out there and you want to post something on Facebook. But there's something holding you back, some fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown. Maybe I mess up. What if I look stupid? Do you know how much I've had to overcome? Just me personally with doing webinars. You know, my self-image sometimes I really struggle with the way I look, and oh man, are you kidding me? Hundreds of people, thousands of people are going to see that face. Oh goodness, are you kidding me? And what if I get it confused and I don't know how to work with the script? And oh gosh, you got to be kidding me. I remember the very first time that I personally was on a stage in front of about 500 people in a room, because I had the gift of gab and I'm glib on the telephone and I can handle myself on a conference call. The next thing you know, I found myself on a stage in front of 500 people, wetting my pants. Literally, I was sweating through my shirt. There were sweat rings coming through my business suit because I was so frightened and I was so nervous and I was so unsure of myself. But the only way to break through that is to just do it. Like they say at Nike, you just do it. So for those of you right now who are you want to get into the game, you know, I talked last night about the Traffic Control Board. We are seeding right now formally something called the Traffic Control Board. And those individuals are people who are 3-star qualified. Those individuals are at least at the gold level of qualification, but they've got their 3 stars knocked out. Those individuals are committed every single month. Part of their agenda is to purchase a traffic package and keep it flowing. Every single one of those individuals has something that they are really, really enthusiastic and excited about. Did you see last night? Kara she could really speak to Facebook. She could really speak about Twitter. She could really speak to getting it done in only a handful of hours. This is a mother. This is a wife. This is a woman who has a vision for herself and has responsibilities. Yet she finds the time every single day using the tools, and she's now making money, building a new career. Very, very soon, Kara's paycheck will be a 6-figure paycheck because she's doing the simple things every single day. And she demonstrates that. Doesn't she come across authentic? How about Gary Chappelle last night, right? Did any of you guys know that Gary was out there? There he was featured last night on the webinar. That guy, I was so blown away, Gary. When Gary actually talked about email marketing, and he talked about the video. Remember when you registered for the video, when you registered for the webinar, last night's webinar, we had that video from Apollo 13. Remember last night Gary talked about what he learned from the movie Apollo 13 and how that triggered something in his mind, and he took that trigger and he included it in the body of an email that he sent. He learned that concept from Darren as a member of the Traffic Academy. Here's a guy who's going to work, he's using the tools, he's having results, and the next thing you know, these people, last night, we also had Diamond Dave. You guys know who Diamond Dave is. Did a great training. Regis talked about what a great training and how important it is to use bridge videos. Do you know that group of individuals, they now have a title? Those individuals are Traffic Control Board members, and they are bona fide, certified, provable, on their resume, international sales trainers. That's what they do. We can put them on a webinar, and we have the confidence that they understand what we're doing, they understand the big picture, and they can eloquently speak to that in front of a worldwide audience from the comfort of their homes. How cool, huh? It all begins with breaking through that fear, though. It all begins with doing the thing. Do the thing. Something so simple as posting on Facebook helps yourself. As a matter of fact, the greatest gift when you actually do that is the one that you give yourself, because you're demonstrating leadership. You're proving that you're willing to overcome fears. You know, Ken Mars. I got a nice note from Ken Mars and his wife yesterday. They were out on the radio show, right? You know, learning, having fun, learning this stuff. I know that those guys are going to be posting very, very soon a video on Facebook. I'm sure that they are. I just got a feeling. I got a feeling. I love that song, don't you? All right, let me quickly go over my notes before we open this up, all right? What I want to do is I want to make sure that you guys understand what the protocol is here this morning. Here's what we're going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say the last 4 digits of your telephone number, and then I'm going to invite you to come out, and I'm going to ask you to state your first name, the city, the state, the country that you're calling from, the city, the state, or the country, and then just let her rip. Let us have it, okay? Hopefully it's going to be good news. Hopefully you're going to encourage and inspire and uplift everyone. Now, if you have a problem with your billing, or if you have a problem with some kind of a unique situation, we ask that you send in a support ticket. The support desk is like really, really blazing right now, like laser fast, right? Yesterday we heard a woman come out on the radio show and she said, I sent in a support ticket last night, and then I got one. My solution was there in the morning. These individuals that work in this, we're expanding again. We're adding a couple more people. They're getting the support stuff done. So if you have a support issue, just send in a ticket. And did you see yesterday, I don't know if you saw on Facebook, but some guy was kind of like, he was a nervous Nelly. He was a simmer down now guy. And I could see him. He was sitting there with his arms folded, and I'm going to be patient with you guys, and why was I billed twice, and blah, blah, blah. So I sent in the ticket. Carl did the work, and he's like, hey, your boy, that guy who was on Facebook, that guy has 5 different accounts. That guy has 5 accounts set up with different usernames and different passwords, all different usernames, but the same password and the same telephone number for all 5 accounts. This is why we've got a problem. I'm like, oh, user error. Wow, the plane crashed because there were too many guys flying it. Sir, you know who I'm talking about. But we fixed it, and he was happy then, and we honored him, and we got it handled. But my point is this. 1 support ticket will get it done, and just send in the support ticket. So on the radio show, we can hear comments and questions about what's going on. Tell me more about that webinar last night. Tell me more about that bridge video, Joe. We want to know more about this Halloween contest. How do I get my hands on one of those prizes? But if you do have a question, because I know some of you just can't resist, that's okay. That's why we're here. That's why we're here, is to serve and protect. Have you ever seen that's what it says on the door of a Chicago police car. We serve and protect. All right, now if you're listening online to the stream at radioleverage.com or tatrafficreport.com, if you're listening live right now online, it's 8:24 in the morning out here on the West Coast, 11:24 a.m. out there in New York City. Today is the 28th, so if you're listening now, you're listening live. But if you're listening now and it isn't live, don't press 1. Calling in is not going to work. But if you're listening to the live stream right now, just dial 914-338-0631, 914-338-0631. I know there's a bunch of you. A bunch of you guys are listening online. If you do want to call in, if you want to make a comment or ask a question, 914-338-0631. When you call in, just press 1 on the keypad of your telephone, and you'll hear a British woman say, oh, you're now in the queue. She says something like that. And just be patient, because it's going to take us a while to get through the entire list of people who want to jump into the fray. All right. The person who's been here longer than me, 5232, good morning. You were here first, before I was here.
Hi. Hi, good
Hi.
morning, Joe, and to all the other team leaders and everyone on the call. This is Holly calling from Los Angeles, California. How are you?
I'm great, Holly. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you. You've already kind of spoken to one of the reasons I was calling, and that is more of a technical issue, so to speak. So I did send a ticket out to tech support. I did receive a wonderful call this morning. A young lady received my call in tech support. I think her name was Kara. I'm not sure. I don't have my notes with me right now, but she was absolutely phenomenal. In fact, I think her dog was still sleeping when we were speaking. I said, "Oh my, somebody's sleeping well." I said, "Oh, that's my dog."
Was it Carmen?
But
Maybe it was Carmen.
Carmen. She was amazing. It was Carmen.
Now,
she was amazing. She was very knowledgeable.
And not only that, but I want you to know that Carmen is military, and she's a drill sergeant in the military. So
Okay.
you talked to her and said, "Carmen, you know, we know that you're a drill sergeant, but we want you to be gentle." She was laughing. She is wonderful. She's brand spanking. She's awesome.
She is. She's absolutely phenomenal. And so she, while she and I were on the phone, I went ahead and sent an email to Joe in tech support. So hopefully I'll be hearing from him soon. But my issue was just basically I saw something pending, and when I went to the e-wallet, I wasn't able to get it to transfer. It seems like a button was missing or something, because I've done it several times before. So I'm just waiting on a response, but I just wanted you to know how awesome she was, and so I didn't delve to do things back.
And may I correct you? Forgive me if I may correct you, Holly. Your issue,
Sure.
Your issue is actually a non-issue. It's a non-issue because Carmen called you this morning and got it handled. So the issue is now a non-issue.
I love non-issues. I love non-issues, Joe. Eradicate that issue.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
I love
amazing.
It. I'm gonna write that down. Holly says eradicate the issue. It's not about the nail. It's not about the nail. If you watched the webinar last night.
Exactly.
Thank you, Holly. Anything else you want to share with the world today?
No, actually, that is it. I'm just waiting on a response, and so I'm waiting patiently.
And I can hear a grin, though. Not only are you patient, but I can hear a smile come. I certainly can. Holly,
I'm always smiling.
Holly checking in from L.A. Thank you very much, Holly. We'll keep it moving.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome, Holly. Number one, you're next up. You're number 2 in the queue. Number 1.
I slept in. This is Frank from beautiful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. The sun is shining, and it's a great day to play in traffic. And, yeah, I did sleep in a little bit. I didn't dial in first.
Hey, Frank, how are you today?
Oh, blessed and highly favored. And last night's webinar was fantastic. There was so much content on there, and Diamond Dave knows exactly what he's talking about. He and I had a conversation about making one of those bridge videos, but he beat me to it. So I didn't get to see his video yet. I really hope I do get to see his video. But
yeah, we'll get it out there for you. You know what? Actually, last night, when we were done with the live webinar, we had a little meeting. You know, there's the commitment. I want to just, again, compliment Kara and Diamond Dave and Gary, because the commitment is big, right? I mean, we get together, we meet earlier in the day, we write a written, format of what we're going to be covering tonight, and then people have to scramble, and they've got to have their computer set up, and they've got to have, proper lighting, and make sure that there's no live animals in the background, all these things we consider. And then we have a pre-meeting, and, so a 1-hour webinar is really about a 3-4 hour event throughout the course of the day. And so I want to compliment once again, and I want to thank Kara and Dave and Gary for the work that they do and the contributions they're making to serve all of us. And after the webinar was over, Kara said, "Oh, by the way, that there is a video tutorial on how to do and shoot a bridge video back there in the members area." And I was like, "Yes, you're right." So I don't know, Kara, if you're listening right now, maybe you can come out later and point us out to exactly where to find that video tutorial on how to shoot a bridge video. And we talked about this last night, you guys. Shooting a bridge video is such a cool thing because, as you know, Frank, it's about your personality that people will connect with, your message, who you are, and it really is immaterial about how young, how old, how experienced, how inexperienced, how clever, how shy. None of that matters. What matters is that you're demonstrating leadership and you're speaking from your heart, and people will get that. As a matter of fact, I said this last night, I used to own a company. and we were in the business of lead generation. This was back in the year 2011, I want to say, 2010, 11, 12. And we had this killer company, and we spent a ton of money. It was legendary. If any of you have ever seen the Rhonda Swan and Brian Swan video stuff where they're surfing and they're dancing, and we wrote and filmed that. We put maybe $250,000 into production on these videos. On Mirror Image Marketing was our company. And people were paying $6.50 for a lead. That's what they were paying. Our company was paying $4 a lead wholesale. So when you think $1 a click, come on, it's nothing. But my point is that those video, and we were so excited. You know, the copywriter was the person who does the proactive skincare stuff on TV and Body by Jake, and we had assembled this team of just killer infomercial guys, and we were going to set a trend, and we were going to be better than anybody else. We were bleeding money, and we released that stuff, and it was a grand failure. It was like stunning. Everybody was, and then we realized that, well, you know what? The internet world, it's about authenticity. It's about real people connecting. And so the more raw, that you are, the more just authentic you are, the greater your chances of connecting and multiplying your business. You know? And so, yeah, it was a great webinar last night. There was a lot of great information there. People are loving those bridge videos. It personalizes the experience, so just do it. And, Frank, I'm sorry for stepping on you. It's your turn to talk right now.
It's okay. I enjoy talking to you. I enjoy hearing you. The only thing that I would like, I'm probably going to have to send in a support ticket for this. I'm not delegating, but I still haven't received the direct deposit information. I know Craig. I know he sent it because, you know, he said he came on the radio and said so. However, I don't know where he sent it to because I sort my email every single day on Traffic Authority.
All right, Frank, I want everyone else in the world right now who's listening, I want you to cover your ears. This is just between me and you, Frank. Frank, do you have Skype? I can put it into your Skype. If you know how to find me, right? Send me an email with your Skype, and I'm going to add you as my Skype friend. And then I'm going to take those wiring documents today, and I'm going to drop them in your Skype. And there they will be right on your desktop. How about that?
Fantastic. See that? Look at that.
See?
I wasn't going to ask again. God, praise God.
Hey,
thank you.
The squeaky wheel, bro. You know that rule. If you don't ask, how are you going to get, right?
Okay.
Send me an email,
I will
Frank.
send you an email with my Skype. But my Skype is Frank Alio. That's me.
Is there any dots in there? Is it like frank.alio, or is this Frank Alio?
That's it. You got it, Frank Alio. That's it.
I'm going to look you up, Frank. All right, talk to you soon. Thank you very much, Frank.
God bless.
God bless you. Frank checking in from beautiful Myrtle Beach. Let's keep it moving. I'm going to have to keep my answers short today. I'm too wound up. 8696, come on out here. You're next.
I'll just sit at the computer and do it.
Hello, 8696. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to mute you up here. It sounds like you're in the bottom of an aquarium there. I'm sorry, unless it's on my end. Maybe the technology problem is on my end. We'll go to 5691. You're next up.
Hey, good morning. It's Steve Schumacher from Portland, Oregon.
Hey, Steve. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. It's raining out here in Portland, but you know what? It's okay because life is good. I just wanted to say a shout out to. Wanted to just give a shout out to everybody. I thought the webinar last night was fantastic. Dave is, I got to say, man, quick shout out to Dave. Dave usually checks in with, I usually say something to Dave once a day. He has been so helpful to me to getting me situated, getting me hooked up and stuff. So I know things are going to be blowing up soon for me. Yeah, like I said, you guys are awesome. I'm here for life. I'm a Traffic Authority person for life.
Thank you very much for checking in. I look forward to hearing from you every single day. Steve, showering some love on the Dave. All right, I'm paying attention right now, and I see that 8696, you have hung up and dialed back in, so I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom of the queue, and I'm bringing you out, 8696. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. Sorry, I was trying to multitask, and I missed it. But
hey, Kenneth.
Ken from Pixar.
See what happens when you multitask? What do I say? You've heard me say this before. There's only 100%. And if you're multitasking, you're giving less than your best to any one thing. That's how I roll.
Heard.
How's it going this morning, Kenneth?
Oh, it's good. I'm just trying to stay focused and keep it moving, you know. And I need help, to tell you the truth. Cause,
you're declaring.
I mean, I got going on. I'm just trying to focus. And I had to put in different email addresses because the get response wasn't working right or whatever. So I did that. So I guess I'm just so spread out. So I'm just trying to clean it up.
Well, Kenneth, like I said a moment ago, bro, it's the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who pride yourself in multitasking, what you are doing is giving less than your best to any one thing. Period. End of story. That's my experience. When I multitask, I'm like, uh-oh, I know I missed something on that piece. Uh-oh, wait a minute. What was I doing? I'm multitasking. I'm like, oh, I'm split in half. How about if I give 100% of my attention to one thing, and then I can get that one thing done perfectly and then move to the next? Erpichai. I'm doing my best. Erpichai, I'm giving my best to you, Kenneth, so you can receive my best and then pass it on to others. Kenneth checking in from Pittsburgh. Thank you very much, Kenneth. Let's keep it moving. I promise you I'm going to keep my mouth shut. We're going to go to 7308. You're next up. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Joe?
I'm good. Who's this?
This is Wendy from Maine.
Hey, Wendy. How are you today?
I'm great. I just wanted to call and express my overjoy. I'm so overjoyed. I have received $70 in commissions. And this is the first program I've ever worked with that actually works. If there's any new people out there, jump in with both feet. Don't hesitate. Don't think twice. Just do the thing. Follow Joe's word. Follow the instructions. Be at the webinars. Be on the calls. Do the thing. It's awesome, Joe. Thank you.
And you're very, very welcome. Wendy checking in from Maine. There it is. How can I top that? There's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can say. Wendy, you've said it all, so let's keep it moving. Here's somebody calling in on Skype from somewhere in the world. Good morning.
From just down the road from Stonehenge. It's Rebecca Bardess here. How are you doing, my fine friend?
I'm doing well, Rebecca, and I want to thank you for commenting on the butt last night, on my big dupa, my big Polish butt. I saw that you caught the joke at the beginning there with the conflict I had between a salad and a bratwurst. Thank you for that, Rebecca. How are you today?
I'm so great, and you know how amazing was that last call as well. I mean, that choked me up because we've all been there. We've all been there at the beginning and kind of like, when does the money thing happen? When does that happen? And then suddenly that first commission comes in and it's like, woohoo! I see the light. So that's so cool. But I have some really good news for every single person on this call, and I actually tagged you in it earlier. I don't know whether you saw it or not. But something really super cool has happened that everyone needs to know about. Because, I told you guys about Alexa when that thing happened. Mm-hmm. You need to check out MLMrankings.com because, according to MLMrankings.com, the number one top trending company in terms of gain in the industry right now, I'll tell you how much the gain is in a minute because you won't believe it. Number one is Traffic Authority, like of all MLMs, as in like the fastest growing in terms of popularity online at the moment, with 799% gain.
I saw that. That is awesome. Isn't that amazing?
Isn't that unbelievable? It's just crazy. And there's like all of these different, like every MLM you've ever heard of or every home business opportunity. It's the two. It's MLMs and kind of any work from home type stuff. But we are number one for growth with 799% growth.
That is very, very interesting. It's MLM Rankings, plural, MLMrankings.com. Yep. They track that stuff there, right?
Yeah, top gainers. It's the top gainers list, and we are right there at the top, number one. So,
Rebecca,
congratulations, everyone.
And we're all working together, right? The reason we're number one in the world is because every single one of us is sharing and posting, and every single one of us is engaging. So what would you recommend? Pretend that you're having a team meeting right now and you're talking to Team Lead Abundance. Would you recommend that people use this this as to overcome an objection, or somebody's wondering about the viability. How would you use that MLM? I see you posted it on Facebook. What else would you recommend people do?
Okay, I would say screen capture is your friend, and anyone can screen capture on any computer. It's really super simple. Just kind of go on Google and say, how can I screen capture? It depends which computer you're on, but it's really easy. So you just basically go to mlmrankings.com/top_gainers.asp, screen capture that so you have that picture, because you'll have that picture forever, right? So once you've got a screen capture, it's like if you hit the top of a leaderboard, I see people kind of running around the field with their shirt over their face, but they haven't, and I'm like, did you screen capture it? You might not be on there in 10 minutes. You need to, but once you're there, you can always say, look, I did this. This is something I accomplished. So I would screen capture it, because it's social proof. It's actual kind of data proof. It's, when you're talking to people, and if you're prospecting, because I know some people don't prospect, some people just drive traffic and let the system work, and that's great. But if you want to speed things up a little bit, it makes sense to do some prospecting. So it makes sense to speak to some actual human beings sometimes. I know it's scary for some people, but they're not aliens. They are just other human beings just like you. It's fine. But there's 3 things that they ask themselves when they're talking to you or when they're looking at getting into a business. The first is, can I trust you? Can I trust, the person who's speaking to me? And just generally by being a normal human being and not weird, that they're going to trust you. The second is, can I trust the product? And the third is, can I trust the company? Well, clearly when you've got this kind of a result, the 799%, that's so ridiculous of a percentage that it answers both of those second questions for you. So you don't have to go into that weak posture of explaining everything. You can just say, do you know what, I could try and explain it to you right now, but I've got some visuals that might serve you better. And then just shoot them a picture of this and a picture of that vertical line on Alexa.com and say, just do a comparison. Because it's so much more postured, and you don't get into that trap of kind of trying to explain and defend, which is way less leadery.
That's awesome. Absolutely. What do we say? We talk about this several times. It's not me. It's Eric Worre in his book, Go Pro. He said, really, it's not about what you can do. It's about duplication. It's about whether or not the people that you're engaging and the people that you're enrolling in your team, can they duplicate what you do? You may be the best recruiter in the world. You may be the most well-spoken representative of your company in the world. Can others that you're mentoring and teaching and enrolling, can they do the same? And what you're talking about here, Rebecca, is leveraging the information and let it do the work for us, right?
Absolutely.
If you're brand spanking new, and actually I think it was Gary mentioned this last night on the webinar, that most of the prospects, when you're sending email, when you have a list, the person who's receiving your email is way more experienced than you in the genre, in the game of BizOps, because most of them are tire kickers anyway. So they know what they're doing. They know how to interview you. They know how to catch you off guard. The people who just respond to stuff all day long, they know how to catch a mouse, right? They can trap you into revealing that you're brand new, and they can engage you in these mindless conversations, and you're wasting time. You're getting frustrated, right? However, using your technology and your ideas, Rebecca, everyone has got the advantage of using the social proof. Who can deny that we are number one in the world with 700 and 99% increase? That can't be denied. So if you're brand spanking new, and you're peeing on yourself because you think you got a good prospect and they're challenging you and you don't know where to go, you just point your finger in that direction. There's the proof, right?
There's so much power in being a newbie, and people don't get that. There's so much power because, so Vince Ortega's got this amazing kind of story and everything, but for some people, they might go, wow, that's amazing, maybe one day, but they're intimidated by it, right? And actually speaking to somebody who's brand new, and if they're kind of, maybe they've been a tire kicker in the past because they've been nervous, and then they speak to you and you're brand new, and they do that challenge, they're like, well, why should I join with you? Or what have you got to show to me? Or blah, 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 blah. You can very easily just be completely open and upfront with them and just say, do you know what? I am brand new. I probably don't know more than you do about this, but because the system is so easy to use, that's why I got in. And, you know, you don't have to really have any experience or know how to do anything with this because the numbers speak for themselves. And then what you've done is you've got over all of those three objections without having to prove anything. The first one being you're saying, well, it doesn't really matter who you join with. I hope you join with me, but I'm going to do great things with this company. It'd be great if you were along for the journey. But to quote a friend of mine, Ray Higdon, you know, I can do it with you or without you. I'd rather do it with you. But it's called a takeaway. It's like, don't be too attached because they're going to join with whoever, but you just form a little bit of rapport with them. Say, look, hey, you're a newbie, I'm a newbie, let's go on the journey together. It's easy because we've got this system that does everything for you, and, you know, the numbers just speak for themselves when it comes to the product and the company, and then you just give them the kind of empirical data, and they've got it, and really, you know, what possible reason do they have unless they are just tire kicking and they're just that group of people who are never going to join anyway, in which case just, you know, kick them to because they're not worth your time. Not as human beings. Like, they might be really wonderful, valuable human beings, but if they're still in that tire kicking mode, you don't really want them in your team anyway, so it's okay to let them go. And you learn all the way through the process of prospecting. You learn about filtering. It's not about getting everyone. It's about filtering through and getting the people who are right for you. And if anyone's abusive, you don't have to overcome all objections. Someone's just objecting all the time. Say, hey, do you know what? Maybe it's not for you right now. That's cool. Maybe you're more of a sort of someone who needs a job, and that's fine. You know, come back to me if that changes. And then just, you know, I'm busy. I've got to go. I've got stuff to do. I've got an empire to build. It's much more postured.
Rebecca, you are like an awesome trainer, and you know, I know that we are on a time frame difference because you're in the UK, but I'm gonna leverage you, quite frankly, into coming onto a webinar in the very near future. Okay, we'll get together and we'll have an offline conversation. Yeah, because you have such a good group, and the guy that you refer to, I've seen you mention Ray Higdon. Is that who you mentioned a couple times?
He's been a coaching client of mine. I helped him become an author, and he's also been a mentor of mine. We got this kind of, you know, great relationship. He's a really good guy.
I know who that guy is. I know him. Here in North America, he's legendary here. His brand and his
training.
Yeah, he is legendary, and you're one of his mentors, and you're not one of my mentors. So now I can consider myself. Can I be legendary like Ray is legendary because I'm being mentored by Rebecca? You know,
you are a legend. You are a legend. I could tell in 2 seconds of seeing you that you're a legend. Anyone who sees you with that headband on knows you're a legend. Like, I would not turn up here every day if you weren't such a legend. You're a ledge. I mean, it's just there. It's the innate legendariness of you cannot be denied.
Rebecca, you are awesome. You are absolutely awesome. I love you, and thank you for coming out here. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been a really, really cool 10 minutes here. Like, I was just right now while you're speaking, I'm getting hit up on Skype by co-founders. And I'm like, are you guys listening to the radio show? And they're like, should we be? I says, yes. Rebecca is right now announcing to the world that according to MLMrankings.com, we are number one trending, up 799%. And the founders are going, what? Really? We are? I'm like, yeah, not only that, but she's teaching people how they should do just a simple thing like screen capture and use it to leverage their efforts in response to people who are tire kickers and naysayers. Rebecca, you're awesome. Thank you very much. I'm really, really excited to have you on the team, and thank you for jumping out here. And you are a legendary. You're the legend in this neighborhood, my friend.
Oh, bless you. Thank you so much. Thanks to everyone. You're just awesome, and, you know, keep rocking it, and keep taking it to 11, because 10 is just never enough.
11. That's why we do the show at 11. Everyone else does them at 10. We do it at 11 because we're one louder. We are one louder.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Rebecca. Have a good day. Rebecca, bye-bye. All right, let's go to 8171. I'm wound up right now. If I wasn't wound up before, watch out now. 8171, you're next up.
Yes, Joe, I'm here.
Hey, Beverly, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. I appreciate your doing this for me. I checked my back office. At first, it said it wouldn't do it because I had something about my computer, but we got that fixed. So, I troubleshooted it, but now it's working. So I'm really very thankful and grateful that we'll be able to watch these videos now. Mm-hmm. I've only been here, 2 months, and I've never got to watch. But anyway, also I wanted to find out, I didn't get a chance to write down the website that Rebecca was talking about, and that sounds very interesting.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what it is right now. It's MLM Rankings, MLM like MLM Rankings.com. And MLMrankings.com, there's a lot of different stuff there, right? They've got oldest companies, most revenue companies, and what you're looking for in there is trending, okay? Trending, that's the term on the internet, right? Who's trending? Who's moving up? Who's making the most racket? Who's getting the most attention? Who's getting the most? We are trending up at a rate of, it was almost 800% increase since the last time they published. We are number one, head and shoulders above any other program out there in the internet world right now. And Beverly, you know, I know that you're doing your best, and your best is way good enough. When you move forward, if somebody should challenge you, like, why should I join with you? This is what you point them to. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's because I'm a ninja, because I'm the famous Beverly from the radio show, and because I'm involved with the number one trending business in the internet world. We're up 799%. Boom. Boom, shakalaka. Back at you, right? You understand?
Yes, I understand.
All right, well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Beverly. And those videos I announced, I know you were struggling with those videos. This just in, ladies and gentlemen, from the home office, traffic is crazy. 18,411 clicks yesterday. That's how much traffic on behalf of all of the ninjas. Traffic is flowing. Business is, it's just amazing what's going on. It's just amazing what's going on. Just stay focused and do what you have to do. Just send your emails, get some traffic flowing, stay plugged in. 18,411 clicks yesterday. And the home office, the traffic acquisition company division, is saying that we will be at 30,000 clicks per day, okay? 30,000 clicks per day, and that should be happening within the next couple of weeks. And when that happens, as they say, Katie, bar the door. Katie, bar the door. Katie, bar the door. Let's keep it moving here. Man, I'm wound up this morning. 9190, you're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Oh, it is an awesome morning here in Troy, Montana, up in the mountains, Joe, and that webinar was really the bee's knees last night. That was happening. I figured out you're talking about brats, not hot dogs, huh?
Well, I'm talking about hot dogs usually, but, you know, being close to Wisconsin, okay, just you know, being so close to Wisconsin, I did fall in love with the Johnsonville brand of bratwurst. But the conversation that we've been having, and it's my good friend Rebecca on Facebook, she referred to it as hot dog ketchup on a hot dog gate, you know, like Watergate, Inflategate, ketchup on a hot dog gate. The battle is raging. So, but last night I just wanted to get your attention, and I got it because you saw that, Earl. And I did, you know, for the record, after the webinar, I did sit down, watch the World Series. Congratulations to the Kansas City Royals on a 14th inning win, and I savored that bratwurst with only mustard. Savored it. It was like so delicious. The only part of my day yesterday that was better than that bratwurst was hearing you yesterday morning, Earl. What are you thinking about this morning, my friend? Come on out here.
Oh, I'm telling you, I think those cheddar brats were just calling my name last night. But, you know, that's a blessing. You look at what Diamond Dave was showing, and you see the excitement and all the different people that are getting started with Traffic Authority. You look at everything that's out there on the Internet, and, you know, we're barely 3 months into the game, hitting 700% growth, according to MLM rankings. You know, we see so much happening here, and it's because people are overcoming their fears. They're jumping in the pond with both feet, and they're taking actions. Mm-hmm. And as long as you're taking those actions and you're following that daily marketing plan, you know, I had a virus go through my computer, and when I tried to log in my daily activities, I guess it wasn't logging them in for the contest. But, you know, I still do my daily activities, whether it lets me log them in or not. I don't care. I'm a business builder. That's what I do. It's a lot of fun when you have proven actions to profits. There's a lot of places. I mean, we heard I forget the lady's name that spoke this morning. she's never earned before. She's all excited, telling everybody to jump in. You know, you don't see that very often with very many companies out there. You see 1,000 people try to earn and maybe 1 or 2 earn. But when you got the real thing, when you got traffic authority that gives you step-by-step instructions, and all you got to do is watch a video on one screen in your computer and pause it, open up another screen and try what the video says, you know, you're looking at instructions that are so simple to follow. A monkey could do this business if they applied themselves, man. So, you know, that's just simplicity from Troy, Montana. I just love being here, and it's awesome to be part of this game, Joe. Thank you for having us here.
And you're very, very welcome. And what you're reminding me of is those Geico commercials. So easy, a caveman can do it. And that's kind of like what's going on here. It really is a paint-by-number system. And that was Wendy in Maine earlier today, Earl, who jumped out and said she had made her first $70. And Wendy, if you're still listening, I know that you are, please post that, okay? If you haven't already, maybe even shoot a video, okay, and post that on Facebook. And here's why. Because you generating your first $70 in commission is so relevant. It's more relevant, actually, to the person who's considering this and has struggled on the internet and is really looking for an option. That is way more plausible, okay? If somebody's out there and they're struggling and they really, really are hungry and they see one of these testimonials about somebody that made $100,000 in a month, it's like, really? Yes, really, that did happen. But can I do that? Probably not, but you can make $70 in your first day. You can make $70 in your first week. Take a look at some of the testimonials that are there in that testimonial page in your member back office. All that video, all those bridge videos are there for you. Some of those testimonials are people saying, "Hey, I made $100. Hey, I made $300. I think Kara's one of them. Hey, I made my first $300. It's like really, really, you know, it's just so relevant to people. You made your first $70. That is awesome. I remember that is more exciting. Maybe not. It won't be when you make your first $70,000 in a month. It may be more exciting than that first 70. I'll give you that. But there's nothing like the first time, the first kiss, right? The first kiss with that person, the first time you saw the person that you're married to or the one that owns your heart. That feeling. That's the feeling you get when you bag your first $70 commission. Share that enthusiasm. It will go a long way, Wendy in Maine, to building your business and helping all of us as well. 0589, you're next up. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm excellent. What's your name?
Gertrude.
Hey, Gertrude, how are you?
One quick second, please. One quick second.
Gertrude is putting me on hold, ladies and gentlemen. Really well. I appreciate it. That's right. Gertrude, how are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. How are you?
Uh-huh. I'm great. I'm great.
It's my first time actually talking on the talk show. And it's a pleasure to talk to you guys, but I'm having a few problems. First one is the sponsor. It's not too many. It's nothing major, but I think it could be fixed. Mm-hmm. The first one is the sponsor. I've been trying to reach out to her, and for some reason, I have not been successful. Secondly,
okay, well, all right. Is your sponsor, do you know who your sponsor is? Did you meet your sponsor? Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was given her name, email address, and I've tried contacting her, and she has not been responded. Called her numerous of times, and no response. Mm-hmm. So the next thing is I've purchased 2 gold packages so far of traffic, and I've not been able to do anything with it because I don't have the help that I need.
Okay, is that it? Are those your 2 issues, Gertrude?
And the other one is I would like to reach out to someone in the New York area. Maybe that would be even more easier for me to work with.
Okay, well, let me. Thank you, Gertrude. Thank you very much. I'm gonna respond. Okay, as far as your sponsor being unresponsive, you know, I'm your sponsor. Okay, and I'm responsive. And and we had Rebecca here this morning. She's your sponsor, and we just heard from Earl, the mountain man, and he's your sponsor. And the reason I say these things is that we are a community, and we have so much help and so much support here that really who your sponsor is it's cool to have a leader who's a sponsor who's a leader and who you can see on the webinars and stuff. That's cool. However, we have designed this program so that you can have results regardless of who your sponsor is. If your sponsor suddenly is removed from Earth by aliens in a spaceship, it should have zero influence on your ability to thrive, survive, and score here and become a legend. Okay, so your sponsor is a great thing to have, a great sponsor. It's great that they give you some. But you know what? We were here last night. We were having the webinars.
I was on last night. I was on last night also.
Okay. Okay.
The webinar.
All right, and the other thing, yes. So thank you very much. So you're getting the benefit of some of the best training, right? I mean, and so we are all a family, and we are all here to help and support each other. So if your sponsor is non-responsive, well, oh well. I mean, people are always going to do what it is they do. I'm happy that you're here and that you're showing up and you're having questions. Now, as far as the New York area is concerned, we have Gilbert James here. We have Carlos, who you hear almost every single morning. You know, we had Gene from New York and Brooklyn. We have people in the New York area who are coming together to form a group where they can sit down and have coffee and break bread and talk about the business. And that's
I'd love to be part of that group.
Okay, well, you can find it on the Facebook page, and if we hear from Gilbert today, or if we hear from Gene in Brooklyn, or anybody else, Carlos comes out, anybody from New York, we'll talk more about that. But those people are available, and if you continue to show up here and go to the Facebook page, they will be there for you, okay? Now, as far as your 2 gold packages, I'm not exactly sure what's going on there with your gold packages. All you have to do, and this is all video tutorial, if you go back in there, it will tell you what to do. You have a package. The first thing is you have to select where do you want the traffic to go. You have got 2 gold packages. That's 2,000 clicks. Where do you want those? Where do you want to send them? You decide where you want to send them. You go into the back office and you decide which of these landing pages, which of these sales funnels. And I will tell you, if you're able to upgrade to the premium, the highest converting sales funnel we have is the Vincent Ortega sales funnel, which is exclusive for the people who are the premium members. They're really committed to their business. And beyond that, if you follow the video tutorials, it will show you exactly what to do. You decide which of those landing pages do you want to use. You assign it. Then there will be pending link review. A human being in the home office verifies that this is exactly where you want the traffic to go. And then the traffic just goes. And it will go. Yesterday we sent 18,000 clicks fast.
I heard that this morning.
Yeah, so that's a lot of traffic moving very, very quickly. And so you decide where you want the traffic to go and then let her rip. And remember, you can decide how much traffic you want to send every single day. Some people limit it. They want to spend $15, $20 a day on traffic, $50 a day on traffic. Sometimes they don't want to be even aware or worried about their traffic because they're on holiday, or maybe it's Sunday. I know I, for one, my goal on Sunday is it's the Sabbath for me, man. It's just quiet time. I don't even want to turn on the computer. Last thing I want to know about is traffic on Sunday, right? So I don't want to run traffic. So you decide when you want to run it. You can turn it off. You can turn it on. And those video tutorials are there for you, Gertrude. Beyond that, I really don't have anything else I can share with you other than give yourself 3 points because you showed up here today. Make sure you give yourself 3 points.
I've been showing up.
Make sure you're giving yourself the points.
I will. Thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome. Gertrude checking in. New York is big, man. I got to tell you, I've been in the industry for a long time, and New York is kind of like getting New York people. You know, New Yorkers they're clever. New Yorkers are unbelievably intelligent. And the other thing about New Yorkers is they have intuition. You know, if you've ever been to New York City, you know that your radar has got to be functioning. You got to be aware of everything that is going on. It's very, very difficult to give a New York person, a New Yorker, some BS. Okay, they see right through it. And it's always been like such a huge place. And the fact that we have so many people in NYC, New York people, who are showing up here and chiming in and having results, it tells you that we are the real deal. And if you don't believe we're the real deal, go look at MLM rankings. 3359, you're next up. Good morning.
Joe, it's Sabrina.
Yeah. Sabrina, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I had a chance to hear from your girl this morning, Rebecca, if you were here.
Yes, I did. The queen. We love her here.
He's amazing. And how are you doing today? I mentioned you this morning already a couple times.
I know. I heard. I was so excited, and I had to, listen to the lady. I'm in New Jersey, but I am a New Yorker. That's where I was born and raised. So, this business is too simple to not have results. The videos are elementary, so just follow the system, like for anything, to say that to everybody, right? Really, it's just a simple system. Follow the system and let it go, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, do we really need to say anything more about that? But
look at the results you've had in a couple of weeks. I mean, for real.
I mean, and I've made commissions. I mean, in my first week, this is, never happened for me either. I definitely will have a testimonial video coming through for sure. But, we just have to remember, I think that, for all of the new people out there and for anybody that's just coming in, that, this is your business, right? So it's not really about who your sponsor is, right? This is your business and it's your responsibility to learn. There's too many people in our Traffic Authority community Facebook page for you to reach out to, too easy for you to learn. And, we talk about duplication, and I understand that, but, also you have to reach out to what can work for that individual person, right? And just let them know. I love that whole bridge page thing, right? Because somebody who might connect with you might not connect with me. So you just have to be yourself, right? And the people who are meant to be for you, I mean, come on, people. There's how many millions of people, billion people in this population on Earth. Let's not get, let's be serious about, right? It's too many people. That's not one of our issues. We just have to get to work, right? We just have to work and do some active prospecting. And I just wanted to reach out. I don't know how many of our Lead Abundance team is on the line, Joe. But I just want to say to them that we want to be top 10. We are leaders, and everybody in Team Lead Abundance needs to push this week so that we can be on the leaderboards come Saturday.
Yes.
Get that out.
And Sabrina, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And really, quite frankly, just a moment ago, Gertrude, I was talking about the leaders are here and everybody is here. Your sponsor is here, and here's Sabrina. Only 2 weeks. I think it's going into your third week, making money, generating leads, winning in the contest. Did you win the headphones? Are you the headphone?
I did. I am. Yes.
Bose noise canceling headphones. In 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, just showing up. And you know what? I will tell you this. At the risk of getting too woo woo out there, you know what that means?
Right.
At the risk of getting too woo woo, I got to tell you, Sabrina, you, Rebecca, the team that you're working with, you guys are attracting results. Okay, when I listen to you speak and I listen to how empowered you are and I listen to where your belief systems are, it's no wonder that you are on Rebecca's team. Hello, I get it. I truly understand. Because who is Rebecca? Who is vibrating at a higher rate? Who is more positive? Who is more... And she's attracting like a magnet people like her. And Sabrina, you're one of those leaders. Gertrude, we're all here for you. This is the sponsorship. We are the ninjas. This is the ninja.
We are the legendary. We will all be legendary.
Absolutely. Listen,
Just
Sabrina, thank you very
believe.
much. Yeah,
thank
you have to
Joe.
believe. You're welcome. Sabrina checking in only with our community a couple weeks. Let's keep it moving. 2882, you're next up. Good morning. Hello, 2882. I can hear you typing. 2882. Man, I hate to do this to you, 2822, because you've been hanging around here for so long. 2882. 2882. Calling 2882. Going once. 2882. Sayonara. Auf Wiedersehen, as Cheap Trick says. 7300, you're next up.
Well, good morning, Joe. This is Kenna from Washington.
Kenna, how are you today?
Well, I'm doing better. I've had some issues the last couple of weeks, and I was in the hospital for almost a week.
Sorry to hear that.
And I just got home only because I can give myself some infusions of antibiotics myself here at home. And so, anyway, I woke up this morning, and all I can say is, Woohoo!
See, now that'll get a girl feeling better, huh?
Congratulations. Oh yeah.
Awesome.
So of course I couldn't see because I didn't have my readers on. So I saw some weird number that I didn't recognize. So I went and got my glasses, and it said, "Congratulations, you have just earned a $10 commission from the Traffic Optimizer." And then I scrolled down, and you just earned a $25 commission for the Traffic Academy. And I just was like, I can't believe this. I've been in Traffic Authority now since August, have not made a sale until today, and what a feeling.
And you know that's recurring, okay? Now you understand, right? That's a recurring commission. That person plugs in. That's next month. That's the month after that, and we'll do our best to support that person and give them information, education, and a reason to stay here. And then when that person goes and they start enrolling, boom shakalaka, that's when you begin the commission shares. At the beginning, you'll get 50%. Then you get. I mean, it really is a cool thing. And congratulations, Kenna. See how much better you're feeling. And no, people don't really. You go into. How does somebody get better in the? I once spent 21 nights in a hospital. How do you get better when they're waking you up every 2 hours to give you medicine, stick you with the needle, take some blood, check this, check that, just checking in on you, and forget about it. You're surrounded by sick people. Welcome home, Kenna.
Yes, thank you. It was more than that. It was like every 10 minutes, 20. I didn't get a full hour of sleep until about the third night. I finally got a couple because they didn't wake me up to give me my pain meds. Mm-hmm. And it was crazy. I came home and I slept 12 hours the night when I went to bed, and I didn't wake up once.
And boom shakalaka, there you are, your first 2 commissions. And when you consider you've been here since August, we really didn't get the program going until, well into September. We had a lot of things we were going through. As you know, you were here when we were just coming out like a baby and just growing. And congratulations, Kenna. I love this. We heard from Wendy in Maine. Boom, she made her first $70. Kenna made 25 plus 10. We just heard from Sabrina, only here for a couple of weeks. She won the headphones. It's really, really happening, and it's going to happen for every single one of us if we just do the thing and stay the course. Kenna, thank you very much for coming out here. Welcome home.
Thank you, and I just want to say one more thing is that the lady that came on that didn't have a sponsor, well, I'm in the same place. I tried getting a hold of my sponsor from pretty much back in August. No response whatsoever. And the fact that when I realized that we are a team, we are a family, a community, and I can reach out to anybody and get help. I don't have to have, if my sponsor doesn't care to contact me, we've got everybody else out there to help us.
That is absolutely correct. You're awesome.
Encouraging to her.
Kenna, thank you very much. I'm glad that you're feeling better. Welcome home from the hospital. Keep up the good work. And all is well with the world because Kenna's back in the loop here. Kenna from Washington jumping in. Thank you, Kenna.
Yeah.
We'll keep it moving. 8696, you're next up in the queue. Good morning. 8696. Hello.
Good morning. Hello.
Good morning. Hello, I can hear you. What's your name?
Kenneth Dawkins. Put me back in the circle.
Kenneth, you're back again. What's up, man?
So I finally opened it up, and I see how easy it is, and I'm working it. I'm sending out emails and stuff. So, yeah, I needed that. So thanks for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Kenneth. And you heard it here, man, right? You've heard it here. We heard from Kenna, who made $10, then $25. Sabrina, she's in New Jersey. Sabrina she's only been here for 3 weeks, but she does the thing, right? She got up in the rankings. We did a drawing last week. We'll do another drawing on Halloween, and Sabrina was up in the rankings. She got the prize because she did the thing. She bought some traffic, and then she went ahead and she posted, and she's posting this, and she's showing up for the radio, and her name gets drawn out of the hat. And then we heard from Wendy in Maine, made her first $70. Boom shakalaka. Holly this morning got a phone call from support. Are we moving forward? Yes, we are. Kenneth, thank you very much. Kenneth jumping back into the queue. Kenneth cannot be denied. Ain't no opposition to his position. 2550, you're next up. Good morning.
Good morning,
Hello.
Joe. I did not think, this is Reese Sutton, White Lake. I did not mean to get in the queue. But what I want to say is I'm ready to move to Stonehenge for that power.
How about that, huh? How about that, Rebecca, checking in? What a great idea.
Positive energy. And I am just, she and her team just really impressed me. And great webinar last night, great call today. Thanks.
Ree, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the famous Ree Sutton. Whether you know it or not, Ree, you are famous in our neighborhood. I talked about Ree this morning. Ree this morning was commenting on Facebook with a video talking about the results that she's having and the things that are going on. Here's what Ree said on Facebook. Yesterday, Ree Sutton said, yesterday I created a video from my leads as an introduction. I connected with over 200 leads. This morning, I checked my opt-in response, and it is now 33%. Diamond Dave's bridge and intro is phenomenal. Thank you so very much for helping us. And I got to say, right back at you, Ree Sutton, because that little testimonial that you posted on Facebook is helping thousands of people. Ree rocks. That's what I say. Ree Sutton, you rock. 1650, you're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Yo, Joe. Holy, fired up, man.
Barry, I'm wild today. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because of the bratwurst I had during the Kansas City Royals game. I'm not sure, but man, I'm uncontrollable. Today I'm like one of those giant balloons on Thanksgiving Day parade. I've got to be tethered to earth. I'm so wound up here. How you doing, Barry?
Oh, I'm feeling you. I didn't have any bratwurst, so it's not that, man. I'm feeling I got to slow my pulse down here. Damn, I'm telling you, man. So those last two girls, Kenna, Sabrina, what a couple of breaths of fresh air. You know, you can just hear it in their voice. You know, man, I got so many things. I know I'm going to forget something. Rebecca, is she the coolest or what?
Absolutely. And Barry, you remember in the old days, ladies and gentlemen, Barry and I are going to have a private conversation right now. Barry, remember in the old days when we first started doing these radio shows back in the spring? Remember it was kind of like a sausage fest? It was all dudes all the time, and we used to go. Yeah. Are there any females? Where is the girl power? Remember the Spice Girls? Where's the girl power? Today we've heard from Ree, Kenna, Sabrina, Gertrude, Beverly, Rebecca, Wendy, and then we heard from Holly. It's like dudes, where are you guys at all of a sudden? But you're here, Barry. All these powerful women, right? It's awesome.
Oh, I know. It's a great thing. I remember back in the day you calling out for some girl power on the show, and, man, it's flowing good now, and there sure are representing. And, Rebecca, if you're listening out there, you're a superstar, girl, and the proof is in the pudding, as my mama used to say. Look at the team, your results. No wonder your team, 3 out of 5 prizes. Come on, give me a break.
How about it?
That's awesome, you know. I'm so glad she came out because I saw her posting right about as the show started. And I don't say this, even though everybody else out there did, but it was an OMG moment when I saw the rankings and that. Wow. You know, and I was going to bring that up myself, but let's see. The webinar last night, man, it was awesome. Thank you, Kara, Gary, Double D. And, of course, Joe, for being the awesome MC that you always are. And don't want to take up too much time, but I want to leave on a positive note. Speaking about the support, guys, I don't know if you saw, I don't know who it was. Somebody on Facebook posted yesterday that they got their support ticket answered in an hour. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go. And Barry, I want to thank you for coming out here and for your loyalty and showing up for so many months. And yeah, so many things you said are right on. All these females that we have here, these people showing up. And here's the reason. I want to say thank you to every single person here, especially the ninjas. Okay, this is like the elite group, right? This is like special forces. These are the Navy SEALs, okay? This is the ninjas. There are thousands and thousands of people on Facebook. And there's about 300 ninjas who always show up here, comment, and listen to the replays. They post on Facebook. These ninjas this group, I want to honor and thank every one of you, because the reason that we are so high, the reason we're 799% trending above anybody else, that we are so far above the second place business in that ranking, and it's because of each and every one of you. It's each and every one of us pulling together as a family, as a team, representing, keeping it real, posting on Facebook. I'm telling you, man, I know what I'm talking about. And you guys are awesome, the whole team. What can I say? What I can say is this: 6523. You're next up. Come on out here.
This is Monica. Hello.
Hey, Monica. Hey, Monica. How are you?
I'm great. I'm calling from Portland, Oregon. And I heard someone else this morning calling it from Portland. So hello out there. It's my first time calling in, and I have been involved now since the beginning of or end of September. Mm-hmm. And I got a first sale, and working with that person, I'm just really excited. I'm trying to make a video, and I put in a ticket today, so I'm looking forward to getting that information back. And I just wanted to reach out and just say that I really love all the support that everybody has been tuning in. And Rebecca this morning, I am trying to get on that MLM ranking and I'm having some difficulties, so maybe you can post that in the Facebook so I can actually visualize it. And, I was on the website or webinar last night. So I'm just really
Monica,
happy.
Listen, I want to welcome you to the family, and congratulations for coming out here for the first time. I know the first time is always a challenge. For me it was, as I said earlier today, so congratulations coming in from Portland. You've been here for about a month, and you said that you made your first sale. And I'm wondering, when was the last time you were in a direct selling, or have you ever been in a company like this where you actually made a sale within your first 30 days, just like with internet marketing? Is this a first for you like it is for so many?
Well, I've been in other businesses, and this is like the first turnaround. I mean, I they'd take orders sometimes for it took me over a year. So, and I really haven't been doing anything. This is really challenging for me. I am working full time, and I'm a nurse, single parent, and I am squeezing this in the cracks. So I'm stretching, and this is a big stretch, but. And then getting on the video, and so I'm just plugging along, and I just it's not going to take too long, because once I figure this computer stuff out, I'll be fine.
Well, listen, Monica, we're here for you, okay? We're here as a family, we're here as a team, and we have the webinars, and there's all the tutorials available to you in the back office. There's so much content back there, it's actually getting ridiculous. And I want to congratulate you on taking the time, and, single mother, a full-time nurse. What a gig. I mean, those are two of the hardest jobs in the world. We were just talking about with Kenna being in the hospital. I know how demanding that is. I really do understand, and being a single parent. And your willingness to stretch and use your time efficiently is awesome. It really is awesome. Thank you for coming out here, Monica. Congratulations on your first sale. And anything that we can do for you, you're officially one of the ninjas now. Just show up here, post it on Facebook. If you have a question, if something's going on, just come around, be around, and we'll be here to support you in every way, okay?
Awesome. Thanks so much, Joe. Bye.
Bye-bye. Monica, first-time caller, checking in today from Portland. I love that. Hello, 5947. Is this Kenneth in Mississippi?
Yes, how you doing?
I'm good. Ken, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Hey, I don't know if I got in a little late on the show, but on the emails that were sent out, for the webinar tomorrow night, I was looking at it, and I think the date on it is showing for the 15th, so I didn't know if that was something that you...
Yeah, you know what? Okay, let me go in there. If there's... All right, Kenneth, thank you very much for pointing that out. If there is an incorrect date, ladies and gentlemen, you can edit those files. You can pop them out, and you can actually cut and paste, and you can edit them, and we'll talk more about that. I will post something on Facebook and make sure that there's an editable file. I don't mean that you can eat it. I mean that you can edit it, that you can change it. And if there is an incorrect date in there, my bad. I apologize, Ken. in Mississippi, and we'll make sure that I get that cleaned up for you. Is that cool?
Okay. Well, I wanted to edit mine and just say I just want to make it aware for those if they didn't pay attention to it, that it was showing the 15th, so the date wouldn't be wrong for the webinar.
Thank you very much, Ken.
I'll set it down and send it out.
Awesome. I'll make sure that we edit that, let everybody in the world know. I'll make sure I post that on Facebook coming in from Mississippi. Ken, thank you very much for showing up here every day, my friend.
All right.
There's Ken in Mississippi, ladies and gentlemen. There's a guy who's just doing the thing. I'm waiting. Ken in Mississippi, your business is about to explode. It is. I can feel it, man, because you've been putting in the time. And 9201, you're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. This is Kara calling in from Austin, Texas. It is a beautiful day here, and I've been out walking the dogs and feeling great, and just wanted to come on here and make a few comments, say hello and good morning, and how's everybody doing?
Well, I will say this, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kara, member of the Traffic Control Board, international sales trainer here with our community. I don't know if you heard earlier today, Kara, I was talking about your passion and what you bring to the table and how you have such confidence and knowing and things like Facebook and some of the things you're learning here from the other members of our community, and certainly as a member of the Premium Upgrade. So I personally am overwhelmed today with gratitude, enthusiasm, excitement. So that answers the question for me. How are you doing? What's going on? What's your observations today?
Well, I'm the same. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude, excitement. I'm pumped up. I'm just listening to, people coming on here and hearing that they're having results for the first time. That, it gives me an amazing feeling. It just confirms that I'm absolutely with the right company. And, of course, I've been on looking at the MLM rankings, and I'm already, putting it out there to share with the world, and so that's really exciting. I wanted to thank Rebecca for that little tidbit of info. That is awesome. And, I just wanted to, touch base and reiterate what some of the other people are responding to Gertrude, the fact that she hasn't been able to reach her sponsor. That is okay. I was able to reach my sponsor at first, but, he was busy off doing other things, and so it was ultimately up to me. And all I did was log into my back office, start at the very beginning, go through each tab that you can go through, click on anything that you can click on and watch it. I mean, anything that will click and open, watch it. And that's really all you have to do. And you get plugged in, you get on our morning calls, and you get plugged into the webinars, and you start building relationships within our community. And you're going to find yourself in a position where you're actually having success, and you'll know at that moment that you never even needed your sponsor. So, that's just what I wanted to say. And, I'm absolutely here to help, Gertrude as well. So if she wants to reach out to me, she can do that. And, anybody else, I feel so blessed to be part of such an amazing community, and great things are happening in our company and in my business personally. I wasn't able to get on the very first part of the call because I had a very exciting phone call this morning. Just staying positive and, doing my ABCs, action, taking action, following that daily marketing plan, and I have an absolute belief in myself and in this company. And then I'm consistent in both of those. I'm consistently taking action, and I consistently believe, and that is going to get me the results that I'm looking for. It already is getting me the results that I'm looking for. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and, thanks so much for such a warm welcome, and for having me as part of the control board. I feel so blessed and excited. So just wanted to share that with you guys.
Thank you very much, Kara. On behalf of all of the ninjas, thank you. Thank you very much for all that you do here. And action plus consistency must equal results. It's like a law. It's like the law of gravity, right? It is a law.
Don't forget belief. Belief.
Sorry, ABCs, action, belief, consistency. I'm writing this down. Ladies and gentlemen, write this down.
results.
There it is, man.
A plus B plus C equals results. Yes.
Action
Absolutely.
plus beliefs plus consistency. Listen, Kara, thank you very much. I know that you're busy. You're a mother. I said earlier today, you're a busy mother. You're a wife. You're a servant heart. You're somebody here who's a traffic control board member, posting on Facebook, encouraging people, doing three-way. We don't really talk about three-way calls much. That's coming in the future. But Kara, thank you very much for showing up here today, and great job on the webinar last night. And traffic control board member, Kara, from beautiful Texas, from the Republic of Texas.
Thank you. Have a fantastic day.
We will. You too, Kara. Thank you for checking in this morning. Let's keep it moving. 6232, you are next up in the queue. Good morning.
Hi, Joe. It's Karen from Piney Woods Beach, Texas again.
Hey, how are you doing this morning? I'm good. What's going on?
I'm doing great. I'm going to be very brief, but I have 3 points that I want to share with everybody. The last time that you and I, you kind of hurt my feelings a little bit.
I'm sorry.
No. You were within you're right. I mean, you told me the truth, and sometimes the truth can be brutal. But I had to change my belief, and that's what you were telling me, because I opened up the call with I'm struggling, and you told me the reason I'm struggling is because I'm saying I'm struggling. But I had to get out of my feelings on that day, Joe, and I just wanted to thank you for being brutally honest with me and reminding me of the things that I already knew. And so I got out of my feelings. Today marks my 1-month anniversary with Traffic Authority, and my sponsor is a great guy. He keeps encouraging me, and I've been putting in the work. And yesterday, my husband, this is the second point, while I was driving, my husband was being all negative because nothing had produced with Traffic Authority, and I let him, kind of say his little thing. And then when I got tired of listening, I told him, I said, you know what? I choose to be positive. I choose to believe that this is a good thing and that it's going to happen. And so, negativity it has no place around me. And telling him that, I received some text messages, and I didn't check the messages because I was on the phone and I was driving. But when I got home, I checked my messages, and bam, I had one text message that said I had earned a $10 commission. And then, I had another one that said I'd earned a $25 commission, my first earnings with Traffic Authority. And I just want to say, woohoo, I'm so happy, and I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I just believe that I am. And I want to thank the whole community for being so encouraging.
And, Karen, I right now have the chills. This is what I refer to as a chill bump moment. I want to thank you, first of all, for forgiving me for being a little bit tough, but it was true, right? What you declare, it's in the Bible, actually. The two most powerful words in the Bible are I am. And so when you say I am, that is a declaration. And when you said to your husband yesterday, I am refusing to let negativity into my space. I am moving forward with my business. I am worthy. I am capable. I am deserving. Boom shakalaka, you get 2 text messages, and you get a $10 and then a $25 commission. And just a week ago, I had hurt your feelings because I was, firm with you.
Yes.
I am so thank you for forgiving me, and I'm so happy for you. I really am excited for you, and that's from the bottom of my heart. When I hear you declaring that, you know what, negativity doesn't live here, I am doing this, and boom shakalaka, here you are. This is just the beginning of something magnificent. Karen, thank you very much, really, for taking the time to join us this morning. You rock, Karen. No, you rock. There it is, Karen from Piney, Texas. Thank you very much. I love that, Karen. Thank you very much. I actually had a conversation with somebody. You're welcome. Later that day, I remember that morning with talking to Karen, and I had a conversation with somebody else about that very morning, and somebody said, well, you know what, sometimes you just got to, you're not there just to sugarcoat. You're there to, as a trainer, as a teacher, you got to be brutally honest. Sometimes it's called what do we call it? We call it an iron fist wearing a velvet glove, all with love in our hearts. 1361, you're next up. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing this morning? 1361, you're next up.
Hey, good. How you doing?
I'm good. Who's this?
My name is Courtney Carswell. I'm from El Paso, Texas. Beautiful.
Good morning,
El Paso,
Courtney.
Texas.
How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm happy, man. This is the best business I've ever been a part of. You know, I got my first commission just this past Sunday, and I've been in the company for over a month now.
Mm-hmm.
I was at work, and I got a text message notification that I got a $10 commission on my lunch period.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I've never made anything with any online business or any home-based business period before, and man, this just solidifies the fact that this is real. This whole community is real. I love your energy every single day. And I just want to tell you, too, man, I'm originally from Michigan, man, and I want to try those hot dogs, man, that you're talking about in Chicago.
Right.
I want to try. You know, I saw that hot dog on the online, man, and man, it looks good, man. All the tomatoes and everything else in that hot dog. Have you ever tried a Michigan Coney Island dog, man?
You know, I have. Yes, I have tried a Michigan because I'm from the Chicago area, right? We spent a lot of time. My uncle in Sisters Lakes. My uncle had a cabin, and so I'm in and out of that area. I love Wisconsin. I love Illinois, and yes, of course, I do know about the dogs in Michigan. And you know, I don't want to reveal too much, but I have to make a decision. There's a guy down the street right now, as I'm listening to you speak, Courtney. There's a guy down the street from me who's got one of those old school carts. He's got a hot dog cart in the parking lot of the pawn shop. Actually, that's the pawn shop where I tell the story of where I had to take in all my jewelry, my wife, diamond rings, everything, and I had to pawn everything I had because I needed money to start a business. I pawned $65,000 worth of stuff, and the guy gave me $6,500, and I used it to start a business. In that very parking lot is a hot dog guy with a cart, and right now I got a hankering. I'm thinking this guy's got a chili dog, of course, the Chicago dog with some relish, mustard, a little bit of onion. There's usually some celery salt on there, a couple sport peppers, slice of pickle, and a couple tomatoes. But he also has a chili dog, which Chicago style chili dog is a little bit of onion. That's a choice, and then chili, and then he puts some cheese, some shredded cheese on there, and boom, that's it. And it is like killer, man. So yeah, man, yeah, it's good. And this is not. It's like we're turning into the food channel here. It's turning into the Food Network. But Courtney, congratulations, man. Congratulations on your first commission. Thank you for jumping out and post it on Facebook, man. Post it on Facebook, your results, okay? And give yourself points.
Oh, I did.
Awesome.
I did too. I already did. And you know, I just want to say this is my first time on the call too, and I've been listening to you guys pretty much every day. Sometimes when I can't listen in, I listen to the replays. And you know, it's still just as lively and valuable, and I just really appreciate it. And man, I love this business. And you know, I just want to say real quick, I did see that MLM rankings thing last night, as a matter of fact, and I saved it to my computer, and I'm planning to use that for my prospects. And you know, I got one person that joined, like I said, and I just can't believe it. I'm just excited too, and man, I can't wait to meet you one day in the live event and meet everybody. And you know, I can't wait for this thing to blow up for me. So thank you for everything.
You're welcome. Courtney calling in from El Paso, Texas. Guy calling in for the very first time. Been here for about a month. Made his first commission while he was at the JOB. He got a text message. Courtney, you said a lot there, man. And the one thing you did for sure is you're making me hungry for one of them Chicago dogs. 0745. How you doing there?
Hey, Joe, this is Daryl. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Daryl.
Can you hear me, Joe?
This morning? I can hear you. How you doing today, bro?
Really good. Really enjoy all the information. I checked out that site that Rebecca was talking about, and Traffic Authority is awesome. 799%. That is crazy.
It is crazy. If anybody ever tries to give you some resistance or question what you're doing, just point to that and say, well, the whole world sees what we see.
Well, I'm definitely working on using that piece of information. But, yeah, it's really crazy. I'm really happy to be here. This is the place to be. If you're not here, you're nowhere.
This is true. Daryl, thank you very much for jumping out here this morning. Daryl, by the way, Diamond, by the way, Daryl's been around with us for a long time. Daryl is a hard-working guy. He is focused, and he is relentless, okay? When you look up the dictionary, look in the dictionary for relentless, you're going to see this guy, Daryl. Daryl, you have given so much to home-based business, so much I know what you're about, dude. I know what goes on in your family. I know what a great family man, husband you are. Harley guy, believing in himself, investing in himself, and boom shakalaka. Stand by and watch what happens next for Daryl. Thank you very much, Daryl. Keep it up, okay?
Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome. There's Daryl checking in from Iowa, another regular on the radio broadcast. 7659, calling in from the Chi. Good morning.
Hey, Big Joe, how are you? Southside Fred here. I just want to call to you. How are you today?
Southside Fred, thank you very much for hitting me up on Facebook. Check out. You'll see I added you to the Facebook group. Go and look for that. Southside Fred. How the heck are you this morning, bro?
Very, very good. But you know what? I noticed you guys talking about Chicago style hot dogs. What about Maxwell Street Polish sausage? How about you want to try those?
Dude, now you're getting into the real me, okay? Maxwell Street Polish. It's a grilled Polish sausage with again only mustard and grilled onions. Grilled onions on that bad boy. And if you can get down to Maxwell Street, those of you guys who know the Chicago area, back in the day, Maxwell Street is where you would go on the weekends, and it was an open air market, and people were bartering stuff, and they used to sell those things down there. The Maxwell Street Polish, to die for. Thank you very much for reminding me.
Oh yeah, they call it Jewtown.
Yeah, I don't want to go there. I you said it, not me, but yeah, that's what my father used to call it. We used to go down there every single weekend and just get some stuff down there. Southside Fred, you're amazing, dude. Thanks for checking in this morning.
Hey, we'll talk to you later.
We will. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Southside Fred checking in from the south side of Chicago. We'll keep it moving. 3689. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, 3689. Is this who I think it is?
Yes, it is. How you doing, Joe?
Hickley, where the hell have you been, bro? I see you on Facebook.
I'm always here.
You back in the day, we were talking to Barry earlier. Back in the day, when we would do our radio show, we would get 3 or 4 people would jump out. We'd be done in 20 minutes. You were always there, always there. Now suddenly, I was thinking about you. I'm like, where the hell is Hickley, dude? What have you been doing? How you doing, man?
I'm always here, Joe. I'm always listening to you. Just got to tell you, awesome call, and you're on fire. You're making me hungry. You're making me hungry. You sound like a guy that knows, the good spots to eat. I love that.
Yeah, I certainly do, man. I do my best. There's not enough good food in Scottsdale, that's for sure. Hickley, thank you very much for jumping out here, man.
Thank you, Joe.
You're very, very welcome. And Hickley, he knows me, and he sees that I'm like a little crazy today. So don't know what's going on. 2959, come on out here. Good morning.
Yes, Carlos Rodriguez from New York City. Better late than never.
Carlos, how the heck are you, man? What's going on?
Oh, man, I'm just working on some things in the background to try to get back onto the leaderboards. But I wanted to direct this call. I actually was not able to come in earlier, but I just heard so many beautiful things. But to Gertrude, if she's still listening, yes, I am in New York City. You can find me at Carlos M. Rodriguez on Facebook. But before you hit me up, do me a big, big favor. Look at the videos 7 times. You could do it once a week, 7 times. Just do it 7 times each video. And if I have to come to your house, I will, because Traffic Authority has allowed me to conquer so many fears to even go out there and help others. And I don't want you to miss because of whatever your sponsor. Actually, my sponsor is a multimillionaire. He just gives you the information. You plug in, and that's it. It's up to you. But, again, I won't let you fail. Traffic Authority Ninjas won't let you fail. And we're here to kick ass, and we're here to make this money. But most importantly, we're here to change people's lives. And if I have to go to your house, I'll go do that. There goes Carly Rose like always. But yes, New York City, we're gonna take TA over. I'm sorry for everybody, but Traffic Authority, New York City is gonna take over. Gilbert James, everybody, we're taking this over. I'm working on something behind the scenes that I will be back on those leaderboards again.
Carlos, thank you very much. Give that baby a kiss, okay? Give that Carly Rose a kiss for all of us here. Carlos checking in from NYC.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Carlos is always out there making it happen. He'll be back on the leaderboards where he deserves to be. And Carlos, thank you for leading the way. You heard him, Gertrude. Look at this NYC vibe out here. It's awesome, man. It's strong. 5015, you're next up. Good morning. 5015.
Good morning.
This is
Good morning.
This is Jean from New York.
Jean from New York.
Yes, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I mentioned your name earlier today.
I know you did. I was waiting. And you call us and jump in. Listen, we all here in New York. We want to take this thing over. We're going to do this stuff good.
See that?
And I've already met with Lorette in New York. When I asked her to be connected to Jill, we talked, and Lynette messaged me, and I'm telling you, I think that our group in New York will be really good. So I just want to tell Gertrude that I know I'm getting an echo here.
Yep, you're getting a little echo there, but that's okay, Gene. Go ahead. I can deal with the echo. You're so powerful. New York City.
I just want to tell Gertrude that I think that actually I know she's worried because she just started, but she's going to take off as soon as she finds her way. You know, and it's like you say, just plug into the videos. We'll get in touch with you. You get in touch with us, and you get strength from other times. And this show actually is like a tonic.
It is like tonic.
The lady that said she was sick, I know very well. All she had to do was tune into the show. They say it's a state of mind.
Yep, that's Kenneth from Washington, that's for sure. Listen, hey, Gene in New York, thank you very much. Gene in New York City, I remember when it was your first time out here, Gene. I remember when you first came out here. Thank you for everything that you've done, all of the learning that you've experienced and education, and then coming out here and giving back. You're right. Watch the videos. Do the thing. Boom shakalaka. That's all it takes. Gene in New York, thank you very much for being patient. We've been here for a couple hours already. Gene is awesome. We'll keep it moving here. Let's go to 5848. You're last up in the queue. 5848. Hello. 5848. Are you there? 5848. Hate to do this to you. It's killing me. 5848. Killing me. But I'm going to have to go to 9362. Come on out here. 9362. You're next up.
Hello, Joe. It's Jennifer from Maryland. How are you?
I'm great, Jennifer. How are you doing? What's going on?
I am fabulous this morning. I don't have the weather that Kara has done in Austin. We are experiencing the remnants of Hurricane Patricia. I'm still waiting for Joaquin, but I think he went away.
For some reason, all these lately, these hurricanes have female names, man, and I think it's because all the attention with Breast Cancer Awareness Month and all the females who are coming out here every morning. It's dominated by all of these unbelievably cool women dominating the contests. What do you expect with the name of hurricane? Patricia, of course. Jennifer, what's going on?
I just had to call in because I wanted to ask you if you chose the salad or the brats, and it's cool. I heard you chose the brats. No big deal.
But I did have the salad earlier in the day. I had the salad for lunch.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you got to have some protein in your diet.
Yeah, there's some balance there. There's some balance, right?
Yeah, exactly. My husband's family is from Milwaukee, so yes, they're Bowinski.
So you know about the brats. You know about the brats. As a matter of fact, I remember years ago, I was in a rock band, and my rock band played. It was teen night or some radio night, and we played it at a Milwaukee Brewers game. We played at the Milwaukee Brewers game, and the stage was set up at second base, right? It was really, really cool playing inside of a major league stadium. We got to go through the clubhouse. It was the California Angels were the visiting team. We were in there. It was really, really cool. But the thing that stands out the most is I remember the guy that I was talking to as they're coming into the town, and there was a guy who was putting it all together, and there's a lot that goes into a live event. Like when we do our first live event coming up for Traffic Authority, the goal is to have like rock star, wow factor, so much goes into it. We're planning it right now, months in advance. And when I was in that rock band and we played a gig at Milwaukee County Stadium for the Milwaukee Brewers game, I remember the guy on the telephone telling me about the brats. He's like, man, I'm going to get you guys set up, and, we got limos for you, and it was really, really cool. And then he kept talking about the food, and I'm like, we're cool on food, we're hippies. And he's like, no, the brats, you got to have the brats. He's like, there's nothing like a brat. He was drilling it into my head, and it's gotten through. Right now, like a magnet, when I go to the grocery store, Johnsonville brats, I'm there. Jennifer.
No, I hear you. We're in Maryland, we're big on seafood, so.
I love it.
Maryland is for crabs.
So they say.
And the kind you eat, not the other kind. Just kidding.
Thank you.
Had to say. Sorry. But I had to call in because Rebecca called in.
Yes.
And Sabrina called in. And then my girl Wendy called in.
So there it is. You guys are dominating. You girls are dominating the space, which I love.
Yeah. And I posted a picture of, and Rebecca did too, hers was a little cleaner than mine, of the MLM rankings site. And I also put one on my timeline. I hope you don't mind I tagged you in it.
No problem. Be my guest.
With a quote from, Queen, we are the champions. And
yes.
Of course, Rebecca thought that was very appropriate that I used Queen as a reference because we're the queens.
And you guys are the queens. And congratulations, Jennifer, on your results. And like I said earlier, right, birds of a feather flock together. And you went down the list, right? We've got, all of you powerful this group of powerful women all flocking together, hanging together. Rebecca sets the pace, and then all of you, rest of you girls are just, you're showing up and you're making it happen, and it is happening. It's amazing. I'm really, really excited for you guys. I really am excited.
Yeah, we're really, we love our team, and I speak to them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
On the phone together, on Facebook together, emailing, texting, blah, 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 you name it. And to anyone out there who, is saying, well, who's my sponsor? I can't contact my sponsor. One of the first people that I contacted when I joined is I had a question about the comp plan. I didn't fully understand it, and it was Diamond Dave.
Mm-hmm.
And he replied back to me right away. So, again, there's just such a sense of community here. We're not in competition with one another because of the traffic factors. And so anyone who has a problem, just reach out to, someone that you see on a webinar. Everybody wants to help everyone else. This is what I like about this program. I've been online for not quite 2 years now, and I've had some moderate success. But I have to say this is the first company that I've been in where I don't feel like I'm in competition with everyone else in the company. We're just one big team.
A rising tide lifts all boats, as they say. And everyone pulling together. You look at that ranking on we talked about this morning on MLMrankings.com, and how does a company that is only in the market, right? We've got a lot of experience. The corporate team, the executive team, collectively over 100 years experience in online marketing and sales funnels and all that stuff. But how do we go from, just actually showcasing, it was the very beginning of August that we said, hello world, here we are. We were in pre-launch. There was not even a product available to purchase in the Traffic Authority until about 6 weeks ago, right? You couldn't really buy any products yet. We were still in pre-launch. So how do we get that high up in the rankings, and how does the entire world know about us? It's because of each and every one of us working together as a family, as a team, being proactive, being on Facebook, extending a hand, making every single one of us pulling in the same direction. That's what this is. That's what's going on here. And Jennifer, that. You've been in the industry. We've talked several times on the radio show, and I can tell by your questions that you know what you're talking about. You're ahead of the game. As far as even my own experience in pure internet marketing, you know more than I do. But together, we all are learning from each other. Together, we're all pulling in the same direction. And together, we are all benefiting. When you take a look at that MLM rankings and we're at 799% trending, that benefits every
look at the
person.
difference between number one and number two. I mean, that's nuts.
It is nuts. And how do we do that? How did that happen?
Because we're number one. We are the champions.
We are the champions. And everyone now, for every person, okay, all of the thousands of us that are here now, have this new tool. The world now knows. It was a secret, right? It was just the ninjas. Our first radio show had maybe, just a dozen people. And we were just starting to say, okay, here's our concept, right? We really care. We really place the consumers and our members' experience first. And yeah, we're going to stumble. And I remember when we had Chad, one of the co-founders, on a visionary call, and he was actually grateful. He goes, we really stumbled out of the gate. We bruised ourselves. We had scraped up knees And he said, I'm actually grateful. He's the head coder, right? He says, I'm grateful because we learned some things that we had to know. We thought we knew a lot. We learned some things that we are now putting in place to ensure this stuff doesn't happen again, to ensure we've got the server capacity to handle 100,000 members with plenty of headroom. I mean, he's talking language that I don't necessarily understand and I don't have to understand. But my point is that we have come so far in such a short distance. I honor and thank everybody who participates because it's our group. It's this family that has now got us on top of the world on MLM rankings. And now the rest of the world is watching and the rest of the world is joining. I'm telling you, Jennifer, you know this. Momentum is about to happen. We talk about the early mover advantage, right? There's an advantage, and you're experiencing right now. Every one of us is on a company. We're in a company that is at the top of the rankings, and we have not even scratched the surface of what we're going to do here. Jennifer, you're awesome.
No, I believe, there's something about having experience and having a list, and I didn't have a list before Traffic Authority, and I use social media marketing. I love to, teach people how to do things on social media to gain leads. And now I lost my train of thought.
Well, listen, I'm going to pick up your train of thought.
Here we have, I think I posted something yesterday. I'm like, this is a one-stop shop because you have all the training, all the tools, and all the traffic. Mm-hmm. The 3 T's that you need to be in internet marketing.
All right. I'm writing this stuff down, and next time you come to a webinar, you may hear me regurgitate some of this stuff, training tools and TAF. And that's actually our 3 T's. We do have 3 T's. Jennifer, thank you very much for coming out here today. Congratulations on your success. And you're going to be hearing from me, my friend. I'm picking you out of the crowd here because you have some really good information, and I know that you've got a servant heart, and we want to make sure that people have the benefit of stuff that you know.
I love helping people. I love it. When other people are successful, it just makes me happy.
Makes me happy.
Everyone deserves it.
Jennifer calling in from Maryland. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joe. Have a great day.
I will. There's Jennifer calling in, another one of our prize winners. Okay, let's go to 6392. 6392, you're next up.
Good morning, Joe. It's Mallory from Carrot River, Saskatchewan, Canada. How are you?
I love Canada. Mallory, how are you doing this morning? What's going on? Saw you on the webinar last night, by the way. Saw you on the webinar last night.
I was on there, yep. I was in the middle of making supper and trying to do the webinar, so it can be a task some Tuesdays, but we figure it out. I just wanted to come on and say thank you, everyone, for Kara and Diamond Dave. Diamond Dave, he is awesome. He helps everybody. I just love our community and how everyone comes out to help each other. And just like Jennifer just finished saying, is that, you know what, none of us are in competition together. Mm-hmm. And, I went and did some of the email training myself, and today I sent out an email about the movie Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. You want to watch about a movie of someone that has determination and that went through a lot of struggles to get to where they wanted to be. That is a movie. And that was one of my emails I sent out this morning to all my leads. So, and that was just other things that I've been learning. So, just keep going and hearing about people that, have been in TA as long as I have been and finally getting their first commission. That's what keeps pushing me. And I love you guys. And I just wanted to say, everyone keep pushing. Remember that we all have our first day and that, and there is one issue that I do have, but I'll just keep waiting. I did send a support ticket in last week for stuff for myself, and I haven't heard back.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get into those guys down there. I'll give them a little bit of nudge and tell them to look for Mallory. Look for your ticket. We'll get a hand look for you, okay? Mallory, thank you very much for checking in here this morning. I want to thank everybody who took the time. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks to me like we've hit the last person who's had pressed 1 on their keypad has been served here this morning, this afternoon, wherever time it is where you're calling in from. Again, I want to thank everybody who took the time today. Mallory and Jennifer. Remember what Jennifer said? She's been here for a couple of years in the internet world. She never had a list until now at Traffic Authority, and we support rather than compete. Gene in New York. Carlos Hickley. Thank you very much, Hickley. Daryl checking in from the south side of Chicago. I want to thank Courtney calling in, first time from El Paso, Texas, and Karen and Kara Ken in Mississippi, my boy Daryl, thank you very much. Monica, Barry, Ree Sutton, how about that Ree? Kenneth in Pittsburgh, he called in twice. Kenneth from Washington, coming home from the hospital, making her first money. And how about that Karen calling in from Texas? Karen, again, thank you for forgiving me for the tough love, and congratulations on you declaring I am a success. I want to thank Sabrina, and congratulations, and Gertrude. Thank you for checking in this morning. Earl, Beverly, Rebecca, Wendy from Maine. We had Steve checking in from Portland, Oregon, Steve Schumacher. Frank from beautiful Myrtle Beach, California, and Holly checking in from LA. If I missed you, if I missed your name, I'm very, very sorry, but I'll get you tomorrow, okay? Here's what you must do next. Here's what you must do next. Go and post on Facebook what you learned. Go and post on Facebook the experience you had. Go and post on Facebook what you learned from Ray or from Barry or from Kenna in Washington. Shout out the name of Sabrina. Talk about the ranking that we have on the website that we learned about this morning. Rebecca, thank you for bringing it, MLMrankings.com. Let the world know exactly what you learned, exactly how you feel, and then sit back and watch it grow. Do the thing every single day, and the results will come. Listen, again, thank you guys. We'll be on Facebook in a little bit. We'll be sending out some more email. Remember to invite for tomorrow night's webinar, and we'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Traffic Report on RadioLeverage.com, the internet home of the Traffic Authority. Till tomorrow, you guys. Let's go play in some traffic, and remember, always look both ways before crossing.